Peace and love, soul group. Welcome to another edition or episode, whatever you would love to call it today. I'm conscious now. What I'm Derek Dunlap, and as always, it feels good being here in the energy. I want to give everybody a chance. Those of you who are gonna bless us with your energy, whatever your energy might be. In this present a moment awareness, we accept it, we'll deal with it, right? Come on in, soul group. It's been a while since we've done the conscious chatter. Conscious chatter is one of my favorite because usually, depending on who the amount that are led to call in and share some of the things that's going on your journey, your ascension, the changes, the shifts. This is the platform that we let anybody get on here. We don't care what you believe. If you feel led this week to call in and give us some updates on what's going on in your world, your life, from your perspective. The phone number is 734-230-2744. Right out the gate, we're starting with a great, beautiful soul. I haven't talked to you in a while. Zinnia, are you live with us?
Yeah, hi.
What's going on in your world, Zen?
Right now, we have some holidays. That's why I'm going to have a 1 week free, and I can enjoy myself and spend my energy the ways I want. So I'm feeling like a bird flying.
Okay. You feel free. You're flying high.
Yeah. Okay. Especially now. The weather is changing. It's rainy. It's a nice atmosphere to be by yourself.
Okay. Well, anything that you want to share with the platform? It's been months for you since you've been on here. We don't want to go to sleep. We don't want to, we looking to hear something that can either get our vibrations moving, going a little bit, challenges.
Challenge.
What's up?
Well, I've been challenging my surroundings because in the past like 3 weeks maybe, I've been retreating into my space and raising my own vibration. Mm-hmm. So, building a basis, grounding myself in myself, so I don't get so nothing throws me too much off balance. I have like this new soul group since I moved to my new place, where it's like a spiritual group. We study a spiritual book. It's called A Guide to Miracles. Not exactly like this, but essentially it's about the relearning new conditions for your subconscious mind. You're reading the book. It's very hard to understand. It's like a challenging language, but it's designed to to relearn conditions, to get rid of old conditions that keep you in this box of the common mind, so to say, to free your mind and your subconscious, and to achieve greater heights. And there is like this new guy who is almost the same age as me. Mm-hmm. Normally in the spiritual journey, most of us feel pretty alone, especially when you are younger. It's hard to find peers in your age group that can relate to you. And then this guy came, and it was said to me that he has anger issues. But when I talked to him, he was like the nicest guy ever. We had great chat with each other, and every second Wednesday we are coming together as a group to share our journey, like in this conscious chatter. It's very similar. The only difference is we have this book that we work together on. That's the only difference. Yeah, it's like group therapy and growth sessions and rehearsal, and meditations are going well too.
Okay. Let me ask you some questions, man. I'm gonna be asking the soul group some questions today, just so we can get, kind of to put you guys not on the hot seat, but sometimes this gets you guys are. Well, no, I can't say that. Some of you aren't as comfortable as you should be on the platform. I don't know. Maybe it's the audience. Maybe it's the energy you feel. And then some of you are too comfortable. So I got some questions for you. I can get it. I can get the energy moving a little bit. Okay. Just then, if you don't want to answer the questions, it's cool. You don't have to, but I'm going to just shoot some questions your way. No right or wrong answers. We just curious. We just want to know a little more about the people that call in. All right. Zen, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color? Violet.
And when you think of violet, how do you feel? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you visualize violet?
What was the elegance?
Elegance. What do you see now?
Like a violet shimmer. It's very flowy. Almost like violet smoke in water.
What else do you see? Take us there. Can you smell anything?
No, it's like it's very visual. It's dancing. It's moving around.
Just from the color violet. We on to something. I'm smelling flowers. Like, I don't know what violet smell like, but I smell like perfume. I can say flowers right now. Not getting no visuals. Hey Zen, what's your favorite type of energy you like sitting in? Because I noticed when you were talking earlier, you said that you wanted to stay in this certain kind of energy, What would you call your perfect energy to be in?
Calm, free. It's a very calm but shifting energy. Basically,
Okay, look, paint a picture. When you say calm, paint a picture for us. What is calm energy to you? Give us a lifetime example so we can say, oh, okay, yeah, Zen, I like chilling like that too. When you say calm, what is your calm?
Calm is in more like being comfortable with the atmosphere you're in, and you are comfortable in really letting go your inner self and really spreading your wings when you go for a walk, for example, in the woods, and no one is around, so you don't have to care about anyone, or you don't feel any energy from other people, and you feel like you can take off mentally, and you don't care how you act it out.
Okay. One last question, because I want to get some more callers in today. It's a lot of people that I feel you might have something you want to share on Conscious Chat. I'm Conscious Now. What up to date in this incarnation, what would you say is your greatest manifestation? I got them thinking, soul group. See, I got them thinking. We're going to move some energy. What is your greatest manifestation? up to date?
This is hard to pinpoint because it's like one.
Okay, what is your favorite?
Process.
Favorite, greatest?
I mean, the situation I am in right now with the yoga, with my education as a healer, is like the greatest manifestation right now. The life I have manifested for me at this point, and which is progressing right now, is like the greatest manifestation.
That's deep, because it's 111 right now. 111 just hit right now. That's deep. That's what the eight. And to be lucid to that I am my greatest manifestation right now in the now. Hey Zen, thanks for calling in. I love you, brother. It's been a while, and it feels good having you here, man. I had to throw you on the spot a little bit because we got to move some energy. All right, I love you, bro. Peace.
It's okay. I had a great time with you.
Okay, peace and love to you, man. Send some love to your grandma too, and your grandparents.
I did.
Oh, okay, peace, brother. Peace. Conscious chatter, ladies and gentlemen. 237-230-2744. Any kind of energy, it doesn't matter. I want to get a platform to the entire soul group. Conscious chatter, where you can call in, we can talk about anything. No boundaries. I am usually transparent to all different types of energies, but every now and then y'all get weird on me. It's all good. While we're waiting on the calls to come in, I'm going to jump over to the chat. If you're in the chat, we got a couple folks over here. Thanks for being here today. Keisha Jordan, peace to you. Marcus Jackson, peace to you, brother. Antonio, peace and love. The immortal consciousness is here live. Peace and love to you. You got some awesome videos too. Immortal consciousness. I appreciate the content that you share on a fucked up perspective. Yes, Psych Zen is over in our chat. And I just wanted to touch on the topic a little bit. And we'll wait on some of the people who feel led to attach to this frequency and call in live. Conscious chatter. The power of now. The power of now. We're going to get into that, I promise, after I get the phone is ringing now. Let me get Mark on here. Hey, Marcus Jackson. Peace and love, brother.
Peace and love, Derek.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Just more self-reflection at the moment.
Care to elaborate? Can we feel what you feel? Can we get a little visual of what you're experiencing?
All right, so a acquaintance of mine that I met while I was up in Michigan, he stopped by only for like less than 24 hours because of a trip that we had, a acid trip, and he saw something from me when I was going through an ego death. And I saw things from him and the lady that he came with that freaked me out.
Like what? What was it? What was it, if you don't mind? You don't have to say any names. What freaked you out? What did you see?
I saw my own cynical nature. I've been telling a lot of people this. I saw my own cynical nature brutally attacking me. Like I saw helicopters, I saw bullets, I saw missiles. I've seen
holy shit. Wow.
a lot of stuff, and when I saw it, I would look down and I felt a lot of pain in my gut, which is, you know, solar plexus area.
Solar plexus, yeah. Wow.
And I was tore up. Like, I would see blood. I would feel blood. Like, I would look down and I'd see it on the ground. I would see it on my hand, the warmth. I could feel it. And I've been thinking about, like, this, like, ever since I mentioned it while I was on the trip, was, like, this Facebook ad that was, like, really, really dumb. But at the same time, it was interesting. It was basically, like, in the year whatever, is like a place, like an advertisement. Basically, you are like that kid that's been through all the generations or whatever, and you're finally at the end. And this event basically reminds you that there's 3 of you. There's always been 3. And these 3 basically would shake hands and do it all over again. They would live many lives. It was all like, so it was playing in the back of my mind was like, you're Marcus, and this is it. Like, today you die. It was my cynical nature was getting the best of me, and it freaked me out. But later on that night, I got to understand it. My friend didn't want to talk, so he took off.
Wow.
So he's still got things to deal with, but I just felt a lot of sadness after that because that pain in my gut was just the way I've been knotting myself up, like hurting myself. So
what do you get out of what do you get? Hey Mark, now what do you get when you hurt yourself? What do you get from that? And let me give you an example why I'm asking you that. You know, I started my life over in this incarceration. I call it incarceration now. Almost 7 times. I'm like at past 6.5. Because in 2017, with all of the internet hacks that we had and people wiping out money and all of that stuff we went through, we almost had to start over again. But it was just, for me, being able to manifest with my mind, you know, as fast as they would take, I would just continue to manifest. But when I go back, before I really started awakening to who and what I am, I used to purposely hurt myself. And I know why now. You know, at the time I didn't, but I would purposely hurt myself because it would give me this a little bit of like release from the pain. It was like it was weird, dude. It was like a pain pleasure, but it was still a release. And it was on a vibrational energy release. Like it wasn't like a physical lustful release, but vibrationally, when I would hurt myself, do things to myself, to intentionally hurt myself, because I used to feel like I wasn't worthy. I was just you know, laying in just layers and layers and layers of shit, man. I mean, just literally. And so I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything. So I would intentionally hurt myself to get this release. So going back to my question, what do you get? Because you're aware that you was hurting yourself. You know, you were aware of that. Like, oh, I'm hurting myself. What do you get from that when you hurt yourself?
I guess I get a clearer picture of what it is that I would rather be doing versus what I'm doing now. Which is, I would rather be, you know, interacting and going out and doing things versus sitting around and questioning everything, because I enjoy it, but I also know that I'm destroying chances to go do something else by sitting here. But I mean, I chose it, so it gives me the assertion and the understanding that it is what I'm choosing. That's what I get from the pain that I caused, that I'm choosing it.
Right. Well, hey, at least you're aware of it. You know what I mean? Have you found yourself in life loops lately? Have you noticed any life loops? Have you got caught in any life loops? Because I noticed you said, well, people say shrooms give you more life loops, but I noticed you said that it was like an acid trip. And going back to... It
was an acid trip.
It was acid. Okay. So I did acid one time, like literally 25 years ago. I think I was like 18 years old. I was in the studio. I'm not going to put this on Kid Rock. I don't think Kid Rock was there then, because I'm from Detroit. You know, Kid Rock is from Detroit. And I call him my big brother, which was a street dude that basically raised me when I was younger. I was wild when I was younger. Kid Rock lived with him in Detroit. And so I got a chance, when we call him Bob Ritchie. We don't call him Kid Rock. We call him Bob Ritchie. And we were in the studio. And I remember we were real tired. I mean, we were tired, man. It was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And the engineer said, I got something that'll keep you guys up. You know, drugs to us was probably like 40 ounces back then. You know what I mean? Where I was from, we drink malt liquor was drugs to us. When I say us, my little crew of African Americans at that time that I hung around with. And I remember this engineer opening up his hand. And all I remember, I saw Fred Flintstone, little fucking pieces of paper, look like little stickers almost. Barney Rubble, Bam Bam, Dino. And I remember saying, what is it? He was like, and I remember him saying, oh, it's acid. You know, we had never seen this shit, never heard of this, man. And he was like, you just take the paper and you put it under your tongue. And in about an hour or so, you'll be wired. You guys will be able to make great music. It'd be a nice trip. Now, we didn't know what trip meant. This shit was hilarious, man, now that I think about it. But sure enough, we did this and we forgot about it. So instead of us finishing that recording section, of course, and on top of that acid, we put down probably a 40 apiece. We decided to go to a club and then come back to the studio after the club. And man, all I remember, I was on the dance floor and I was dancing with this chick and her fucking head fell off and I fucking started losing it, man. And the fucking bouncers was chasing me. I lost it so bad. I did one of those horror screams. And I remember her just looking at me, you know, with no head, asking me what was wrong. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Oh my God. You know, it was so bad. They turned the lights on in the club and it took us like 3 hours just to find all of the people that came with us that took that hit of acid with us, because none of us had ever done it. You know what I mean? Dude, it was fucked up, man. I mean, I was high off that shit for probably 20 hours. Easy 20 hours. So when you say acid to me, I instantly put up a, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Anything else you want to share? You know, I'm a rambler, man. It's just good having you on the platform.
Yeah, and I get to remind you of your acid trip moment. So
yeah, you just pull that up. When you said acid, I went right back to that moment, and it's even more vivid now. I can pull shit up now, like even more vivid. I talked to this female on the phone that night for like 4 hours straight, telling her how much I loved her, and you just bullshit. I was just tripping, man. And I'm like, I'm 47 now, and I'm pulling up shit now live on the spot. Like 25 years ago, and it was just like yesterday. I can actually see it, rewind it, you know. Yeah. Crazy times. Hey, Mark, I love you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Love you too, man.
All right, peace and love, brother. The phone number is 734-230-2744. It's Conscious Chatter. It's been a while. I want to hear from some of you who haven't called in, or if you're a regular, call in. We got Green Shiz. I'm back live over in the chat, and we're going to talk every now and then in between the phone calls. We'll talk about the power of now, because there is power in the now. But I think we've learned from a lot of the, I don't know what to call them, mainstream teachings. You know, the power of the now is being projected like it's a certain kind of space. And it is, but people are looking for the now like you arrive at some physical space. Be in the present moment. Be in the now. You guys know what I'm trying to say? But from my experiences, the now is just being aware of what's being taken in and being put out. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about awareness. Just being aware. Like right now, I am conscious that I am putting out a certain vibration, and my vibration is very steady. I'm very centered right now. My emotional body is ready to go either way because it's conscious chatter. So I'm anticipating different vibrations attaching to the frequency, different questions, different calls, different comments, right? I'm very aware, very focused. And my energy is an energy that I wouldn't normally chill in this type of energy here. What type of energy am I in right now? I'm like anticipating anything. It's like it's cool, but I'm anticipating anything. It's like, I don't know, if I was a boxer right now, I got my hands and I'm dancing around the ring, waiting on, my opponent to throw a punch to see how I react to it. I'm expecting, I'm anticipating, but it's a cool energy. And I'm excited. I'm excited because I get to connect with a lot of you on a more intimate basis today, because you guys can call in. Let me read some of these comments. Green Shit says, I'm live over at the chat, by the way. I appreciate all of the hearts. Green Shit says, one time, one acid, man, that acid, whoo, y'all heard my story. A girl stared into my soul, woo, and her eyes went totally black. Damn, Green Shit, was it a reflection of your soul that you saw? The black soul? That was freaky. Plus, I didn't know her. I then, what is this? Got from there? I bet. We got another call coming in, and I'm asking y'all questions today so y'all don't just drag out our calls. Peace and love, Antonio. You're live on I'm Conscious Now What? It's Conscious Chatter. What's up, man?
What up?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much over here. What's going on with you? How have you been?
Man, I've been everywhere and somewhere and there, here. I've been all over, man. Non-physical, physical. I've been traveling more. I've tripled, probably quadrupled. My wife was just telling me this morning. She looked me into my eyes just like the chat that this guy just left over at the chat. And she stared into my soul and she gave me these passionate pecks, little kisses on my lips. And she said, I'm so in love and proud of you and everything that you do. And I could feel it, physically. It just went all the way through me, man. It was a beautiful thing because I'm doing so much more. I'm creating at light speed, and I'm a part of this joint venture dream, I'll just call it. Someone had a dream that I know personally, and I attached myself to that dream, and others attached to that dream, and we waking up lucid in this dream. Dude, it's the coolest fucking shit I've ever participated in. And this dream is just bleeding all through this physical reality right now. And there's a lot of us all over the world participating in this lucid dream that's just bleeding through. The manifestations are hitting our awakening states, if that's what you want to call it, because I'm convinced. People don't have to convince me no more. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't. Just the other day, I was doing reality checks in the awakened state, so I could find out where the fuck I am. Because my outer body experiences, these lucid dreams that I'm participating in with a bunch of other powerful souls, this shit is manifesting at the speed of thought now. We all are just reaping. It's harvest time. And it's so much fun, man. So much fun.
Dang.
Yeah, man. So I'm doing quadruple the shit that I did before and having more fun. And you know what's so cool? I expect shit to get done, and it does. It's like I expect it. I know who I am and what I am. So I expect everything that I turn my awareness to. We can touch on the topic a little bit, like the power of the now. The power of the now is whatever I give my awareness to at any given moment of lucidity in the dream state, what they call a dream state, the outer body state, or our physical selves now. I can become lucid here and know exactly where I am, what's going out, what's coming in, and what I'm getting from every other interaction. I got a couple of questions for you. And that's why I'm asking you guys questions on the call now, because this is how I get something. In every conversation, there's an energy exchange. And I'm getting little bitty micro bits of you guys' energy just by some of the questions that I'm asking you. So you ready? You ready for this question?
Of course I'm ready.
All right. All right, Antonio, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Can you see blue now?
Yes.
What do you see?
Light blue. Nice. Just see it enveloping everything.
How does it feel?
It feels peaceful.
Peaceful. Describe peaceful right now with this light blue. What do you see? Describe it. Let us feel this peaceful with you.
Relaxation, not worrying about anything, just laying back and existing.
All right, let's lay in it for a minute. Now, this is a cool download here, Antonio, I must say, because I see this light blue and it looks like a big, one of those old clouds that I used to see maybe, oh man, 30 years ago. It's light blue, it's very fluffy. And I am attaching this peacefulness that you just created, man. And it feels good. It feels kind of fluffy. I feel like a teenager right now. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Feel like a teenager a little bit, you know? Yeah, I feel like, you know, tomorrow night is the prom, you know? That kind of feeling, you know? It's cool, man. Okay, so we have this blue. Now, what would you say is the perfect energy or frequency that you like to be in? And could you describe it for us, like a real live situation of this energy that you just like being in? What is your perfect energy to you?
This actually making me think.
Oh, you gotta think, because this is how you guys, from these questions, I'm forcing you to go to that moment and to start defining and start to categorize in some of these frequencies that you love. Because you'll be, and you guys will hear this live. A lot of you don't know what type of energy you like. A lot of you don't know where you like to be. You don't know these things. And this is where you start by defining what feels good or how you feel in these different frequencies. This is how I became transparent. And when I say transparent, this is not like I'm this guy. I know some of these energies, man, I don't fucking like being in, but I can sit in them enough if I gotta go there to reach somebody or be with somebody that's stuck in that frequency. That's their life at that, you know, that particular moment. This is like real live shit that conscious beings that we have to go through if we really love souls. Some souls are trapped in dark places, man, and they crying out, and you have to be willing and able to go to that dark place, center, to have even a conversation with them, to feel their energy, you know, and it's not always pretty, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking, you know, in your case, I want to go to this energy. What would you describe as your favorite place to be? Is it the bubbly light blue shit that you were just saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, all right. So that's cool. That's bubblegummy. That's very, how old are you? Because it took me back to like fucking high school. How old are you?
18.
See what I'm saying? See how I'm attaching to your energy? It took me back to like a younger period in my life in this reincarnation. Now, here's the question I want to ask you, all right? Now, with that being said, and this will save you a lot of wondering, because you got one of those wondering minds. You try to like, you do a lot of mind fucking, Antonio. You know what I mean by mind fucking?
Yep.
You mind fuck yourself to death, dude. Yeah, but you know,
Yeah,
I'm feeling you now. I'm all in your aura. You don't mind, do you? I don't want to violate you. Okay. So now here's the question I need to ask you, because this used to fuck with me, and you're sitting in the same type of energy. What do you do when you can't find that space? Because see, your favorite energy is this bubblegum, all is perfect, you know what I mean? Energy, and it always feels good. And we know Basically, because we all know that we're creating our own realities, but everybody around us too is creating their own realities. And sometimes we cross paths with different types of energy. We all know that, right? So what do you do when you can't find that energy? You tell me, because I can feel it, but I want you to say it. What do you do when you can't find that your favorite energy?
I start being, how should I say this, ignorant to an extent, because I've experienced so many emotional things from which I've mind-fucked myself too much. And I felt that it hurt too much, so it just started blocking out everything. So if I can't find that place, I just start, how should I say this? I start blocking out stuff, and I just do whatever. It's like, I don't...
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm
For
with you.
example, I just don't concentrate properly, and I just sit down on the computer and just play games.
You wide open. You wide open. Yeah, you wide open.
And I play games, and if, for example, my parents just start yelling at me or doing something again, I just get angry, and I don't even stop to think about what would happen if I lash out at them, or, yeah.
Okay. All right. You realize this is as deep as we've ever gotten in about a year with Antonio. You realize that, right, Antonio?
Yeah.
Today is we getting to know you a little bit, and I appreciate your honesty, because I push the love vibration 100-fold. I push that. I love that. I love that feeling. But what I'm realizing now is, especially where we're at, wherever you want to say we are right now. And I'm laughing because I remember when I first felt the love vibration and I did not want to leave it. Man, it was the greatest feeling. I could feel it, man. I could see it. It was just, man, we all know that love vibration. And if you haven't experienced the love vibration, I'm talking about the love that casts out all fear. And I experienced mine twice, but the first time was when I understood what my outer body experiences were. And that's very important to understand what they were, because I've been having outer body experiences ever since I incarnated into this particular body. I just didn't know what they were. You get it? I kind of thought it was exactly what I thought, because I thought it was just shit that I was making up in my own mind. Don't that sound funny, though, from what we were taught the life was? You know what I mean? Yeah. It sounds funny when we say it, but I thought it was just shit that I was making up in my own mind, taking myself in my own imagination, but it wasn't real. I mean, I was brainwashed and brain fucked enough to think that the shit that I was thinking and going in my mind wasn't real, but the fucking concrete jungle that my whole family, this generational curse that my family's been trapped in, we've been in this concrete jungle for a long time. Now that shit is real. Now how screwed up is that thinking when you really think about it? The prison shit is real, but all of the little fluffy, fuzzy stuff that we do in our imaginations that make us feel good and we enjoy being there and we have a great fucking time, they convince us that, no, that's just a dream. That's nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, I totally lost where I was going there, but I got a good feeling when I said something about I've been having these out-of-body experiences. I'm rewinding ever since I was a little child, and it wasn't until I became aware of what they meant. And let me trace that, because I was going to drive something home. Shit, I hate when I do that. I was going to drive something home. Oh, here we go. That love, that true love that casts out all fear. Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. The first time I felt this love, it just enveloped me. It just took over. Are you still there? We having some phone issues. We having some phone issues. I'm losing people. Wes, how the hell did you get on my phone, my friend? Hello.
All right. Wow, I guess guess the live stream is a bit out of sync. You were still talking to what's his name?
That was weird. This is now. Who is this now? Is this Wes?
Yes, this is.
I don't even know how you got on the line, man. But you're here. I just lost you. Whatever you did, you have no audio now. Take off the headphones, Wes. You just lost your audio. Can't hear you, buddy. And you just debowed. You just debowed Antonio off the line. Call back, Wes. Sorry, Antonio. Sorry for that. I guess when someone calls in on Skype, if somebody else calls in, it bumps you off of the line. But anyway, I was talking about the first time I felt the love vibration. Trying to remember that time. And it was just a beautiful feeling. I'll make it easy. I guess it will be what God feels like. And the reason why I'm using that word God, because it's so common and everybody understands what that word means, even though we attach different deities to that word God. I no longer do. I think I've outgrown God the way that I was taught to use God. I think I know in greater detail what the creator of all is, and I'm a part of that, and all of you are a part of that. I include you in this too, that we are all creators, and we were all created from an immortal, conscious energy that you can't measure. I mean, we can't even have the discussion. We can't even include what we perceive as God in a conscious conversation, because the only way I can get a glimpse of the divine presence of all is in a non-physical state where I'm just awareness with no attachments. Can't be in this body. I can't even think about what the divine presence of all is right now. I can't feel it. I can't go that high in my body. But now if I was in a deep meditative state, right, you know, transitioning from physical to non-physical, I could get a little glimpse, you know, depending on how lucid I am in a dream, one of those 4K ultras and higher lucid dreams. Oh, I could become it. As much of it as I can perceive. You get it? I can become the divine presence of all. That doesn't mean that I am the divine presence of all to you. And you know what I mean? Just to me, I can. Let me see if I can get Wes back on. Wes, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I can hear you now, man. What's up? Peace and love to you live. It's Conscious Chatter. What's going on, Wes?
Oh, man. So, a lot has gone on since we last talked. Yeah, I'm going in a new direction, and yeah, I really think this is what's gonna propel me forward in life. So I'm really excited.
Okay, can you give us a little bit of what this new direction pertains to? Give us something.
Okay, so
we drooling, you know, you got our attention. Give us something.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I'm being mentored by a professional audio engineer, and he's teaching me how to be a boom operator. You know how when they make movies, they have the microphone on that long pole. So
yeah, yeah, man.
I'm the one recording the sound. I'm the one, you know, micing up people. That's so I'm going towards that direction.
Oh man, and I'm getting that makes you feel so good. That feels good to you, don't it?
Oh man, well, it feels so much better than working as a cook. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel the excitement in that for you, man. I can feel the different energies that you use, because you got more of your energy is stronger now. So actually, yeah, you're around some very powerful people, man, with some energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, And yeah, you know, I've recently, very recently, actually, just dealt with like probably 9, like, call it sexual hang-ups, but I finally, like, this is the end of the cycle. I got through them, so I'm, you know, moving forward in so many more ways.
Now, let me ask you this, Wes. Did you create this cycle for yourself, man? Did you create these cycles?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right, man. Because I hear so many people say, and I could, now, if there's one topic that I could be an expert on, is I could be the expert on masturbation, the masturbation topic, and how to stop blaming and beating the shit out of yourself for masturbation, right? Because we create these cycles, you know what I mean? If you're masturbating now, you're creating the positive and negative energy about that, all right? Because these instruments that we have, the reptilian DNA that we have, you know that now, Soul Group, right? That we have this reptilian part to us. Listen, let me break this down and I'm going to give it back to you, Wes. The reptilian DNA that we have in our avatars, which is the physical body, which has these chakras that are programmed to be dull and non and void to keep us at a certain frequency so we can work, right? So we can fit into the matrix and work, right? Now, there's this down in this root chakra, especially for men, and I'll keep this PJ-13, but we all as men, they just say testosterone. Listen, we want to get off, all right? I'm keeping this clean. Men, especially in 2017, we want to produce. We want to procreate. We're very sexual. We live in a matrix that every way we turn our head, we see ass and tits. And the women see six packs and bulges. That's where we are, okay? That's what's projecting. If you're on the internet, that's what you're seeing. If you watch a lot of television, that's what you're seeing. If you work in the mall, if you work out in the matrix, that's the vibration that they're pumping now big time. Why?
Part of the way, you know, I think I could help people with this because, yeah, I've had that experience of feeling stuck, you know, with this kind of thing. But I think
stuck in what now? Be stuck in masturbation or stuck where?
Just like stuck feeling frustrated that, you know, feeling that all I have access to is porn, and it's like I can't, you know, I'll never be able to find a woman, and like, you know.
Give me one moment. Give me 1 minute, Wes, to break this down before we lose this moment. Because there's somebody that's right here that's like, damn, dude, I'm right there. Listen, the reason why you feel bad when you masturbate is because, listen, I'm going to give you the short version of this, and I'll do another live stream based on sexual energy. You're masturbating because every time you masturbate, you have an out-of-body experience. I can prove this over and over again. You get away, okay? And I don't know anybody on this live stream that has masturbated that doing the movement of that energy, thought about a car note, a bill. All you thought about was, all you remember is, oh, shit. And you come back after about 13 or 14 deep breaths and your heart rate is moving. You actually shift your awareness from whatever you were dealing with. You had a visualization. You had to visualize something, right? This is like an out-of-body experience, seriously. Because in order to masturbate, if you by yourself, you got to have a hell of a visualization technique to get you there because there's no one physical there. This is how I get out of body. Listen, the reason why I can get out of body so good now because I had a lot of practice masturbating. And you can take this however you want to take it. I use it as a positive. I don't stamp everything negative that benefited me to get to where I am. Yeah, for masturbating, I had to visualize. I had to breathe, right? I'm moving a lot of sexual creative energy. My life force energy is the orgasm. That's how I learned how to manifest better in my focus and my visualization, right? You're masturbating because it feels good, and it's the only release you have right now. And until you learn how to breathe and meditate and move that energy around, some of you got energy, the same energy sitting in your sacral chakra, it's been there for 10 or 15 years. It hasn't moved from the sacral up into the solar plexus. You're not moving that energy. That's what, see, a lot of people, when you get these mainstream teaching, they tell you that raising the Kundalini is a bad thing or to be careful, you know, about what that is your mom and dad being in the swimming pool, right? And somebody just throwing your ass in there and you can't swim, to get you over the fear of the water. Your mom and dad is there to catch you, right? It's going to scare you to death, but as soon as you start moving that energy around more, you'll start understanding your true self. You'll understand these different energies. And that's why a lot of you get so easily shaken when you're out of a certain vibration. We all have our favorite vibrations that we like to sit in, but like one of my favorite frequencies to sit in is this, okay, now what? What's next? I'm open to receive. I love that frequency. But to some people, that would drive them crazy because anything can happen. And I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting to respond to the images and the things that are coming into my awareness. That's what my life is about now. Just being ready to respond, because I'm lucid to the fact that my life are created on how I perceive things and how I respond to them. You see what I'm saying? It's a game. It's a game. And you get excited once you realize your life right now, wherever you are, is based on how you perceive things and how you responded to things. Your awareness. You creating everything. Either you've been programmed to respond good or bad. I don't say good or bad no more. That's too fucking limited for me right now. I can't be stuck with two choices, right?
I mean, if I start feeling a negative emotion, I immediately think like, oh, am I supposed to learn something? You know, could I turn this into something positive? You know, that's the questions I start asking immediately now, whenever I start, feeling down for any reason at all, which doesn't happen a lot.
That's a great space to be in, though, to act whenever you find yourself in a different frequency, to automatically pull up those choices for yourself. That why am I feeling this? Yeah, that's good, man. Wes, let me catch this other call, all right? I love you, brother. All right, peace and love.
All right, it's great
to accept, press 1. Okay, goodbye.
I'm sorry, I was a little late on that. I'm trying to get as many people as I can on the call. The phone lines are still open, 734-230-2744. It's Conscious Chatter. I'm conscious now. What? I miss opening up the platform. I'm going to jump over to the chat while I'm waiting on the next caller. And we going to get out of here today. I appreciate everybody attaching to this frequency. Green Shit says, time to go to bed. Peace, Green Shits. Thanks for jumping on the live stream. Desiree Kinsley say, oh my gosh, that love feeling that is all consuming. I have also felt, I cried because it was so overwhelming and loving. I was just sitting on the couch and this feeling of deep love came over me. Let me get this next call on. Peace and love. You're live on I'm Conscious. Now what?
Good day.
Oh, peace and love, Brother Gary. Peace, bro. What's going on, man?
Oh, everything is wonderful. Just enjoying the conversation, conscious chatter. And I just want to say everything that you said is definitely true. And the thing is that in society, we got to stop focusing on other people and start putting the attention, the love and desire into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it begins. That's where it begins. That's where you begin to tap into what you say and tapping into your higher self. And it's just a connection. You can never be that. But you definitely can be connected to it, and things will unfold based on, like you said, what you perceive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is what it's going to be. It's just that question that everybody says, is there heaven and hell? What do you perceive it to be?
There you go.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. But it begins to first loving yourself unconditionally without judgment. Say that one more time. The journey begins when you love yourself unconditionally without judgment.
It begins. I like that. It begins.
That's where it begins. That's where it begins.
I like that.
Yeah, and then that's where you go into the self-evaluation, like you say. Well, why do I feel this way? You can focus your thoughts. People don't understand. You are creating each and every day. Whatever you see, just whatever the four walls you're in right now is what you created for yourself. Where the space that you are in right now, if you're looking from the side to side, up and down, this is what you've created for yourself.
Hey, Gary, what's your favorite color, Gary? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the year.
Okay.
This year's red.
Red. All right. Red. Can you see red now?
Absolutely.
All right. How do you feel? Or what do you see?
Well, when I see red, okay, it's a bold color. It's a dominating color.
Okay.
And so when I think of red, I think of leading.
Feeling of power. Yeah. Power.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Power.
Absolutely.
I feel power. Hey, Gary, what's your greatest manifestation up to date in this incarnation? What would you say it would be if you can narrow it down to one?
Oh, wow. Understanding why I'm here.
Whoo! This is when I miss my bell, man. Remember that bell I used to have? I don't know what happened to my bell, man. But I would have hit the bell. Say that again. Say it again one more time.
Understanding what my purpose is, what I'm here to do.
And why are you here, Mr. Gary Green? Why are you here?
Oh, absolutely, to serve.
To serve.
But the key thing is this. Okay. And some of the stuff that we talk about is just for people just to be aware of things, not to be inundated of it. To be aware. Because it doesn't make a difference what anybody else is doing. It's all about what you're doing.
That's right.
The space that you're in. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Hey, and you know what, Gary? Right in that moment, let me just address that moment right there. Because I felt something, and I know a lot of people just felt that. And this is another thing that I had to learn, okay? Especially while you're on the internet. If you come to a space and you become lucid to the fact that you keep hearing the same shh over and over and over and over again. You know what I used to do? I used to be like, this is just, mainstream mumbo jumbo. I remember the attachment that I had to when I would keep hearing the same information. But man, basically what it is the universe trying to get you to bookmark that present moment awareness. When you become lucid to like, wow, I keep hearing this over and over and over. Bookmark it. Because what Gary is saying is the same thing that we keep saying over and over again. But the problem is, it's not a problem. I'm not going to even say a problem. But I think what some of the souls in our soul group is missing, you're not becoming lucid at that moment. Like when Gary said again, like you said, when you realize that you are in control of what you're manifesting by your thoughts and your reactions. And some of you haven't become lucid to that yet. You hear it. Yeah, I know I'm in control, but you haven't became, what do I mean by lucid? Your whole beingness, your whole awareness focuses on that particular moment. You see, a lot of our awareness is, especially if you're on the internet a lot of your awareness is chopped up in so many fragments of you. You're separated. You know, they call it multitasking, right? But when you become lucid to something, your whole beingness opens up that I am whatever you say I am. And you just, it's like you just open up. And you're aware of who you are, what you are, why you're here. Everything is so sensitive. You become that vibration of life right then and there. You are, bam, alive. Open to receive. Open to take on. Open to explore. You just open. But you know what's been happening to us over and over again? We're doing this. We're opening up. We wide open on the internet, Gary. Taking in all kind of shit. We wide open. Because once you get on the internet, it has its own way with this artificial intelligence of taking your awareness. And I mean, just from logging onto a computer and just going through a couple of videos, you wide open to receive whatever frequency that is. It has your undivided attention in most cases. Now, some of you be on the cell phone, on the computer, playing a video game. You're eating at the same time. You're drinking. Heck, some of you probably getting your groove on, getting your bang on. You know, but that's just the way our society is right now. We call it multitasking. And the more you can multitask in some situations, the more money you make in the matrix. They call these the managers. They can take on a lot of tasks at one time, chopping up your awareness in different fragments. And that goes back to our title, and I'm going to give it to you, give it right back to you, Gary. The title that I put, The Power of the Now. See, the power is when you can just think of one thing, and this is why meditation is so powerful, because practicing meditation every day is to be able to take your awareness in some cases, in most cases, and just calm the mind down to a still, to quiet the thoughts. Not that you're thinking, but to maybe start to take some of your awareness and focus on some of these habitual thought patterns, to narrow them down to one thought at a time. Because really, you can only think of one thing at a time. It's so sporadic. Like, I'm thinking of money now. Then I'm thinking of how I'm going to pay the cable bill. Then I'm thinking of, I got to pick my mom up at 5. And then now I'm thinking of, oh, I got to make the kids some food. And now I'm thinking of, fuck, I forgot to take the dog out for a walk. And now you see, some of our minds are like that. And what meditation does is it slows down. You learn through this process of slowing down the thoughts. And you actually start to dissect and discern each thought. And what helps for me is I get down to these thoughts, and this can take weeks, depending on how much you got in your head. And I go through each thought and I ask myself, does this thought still serve me? And I don't know why. I know what that means on like a higher level when I say serve. I don't care what it is. And one of them that I didn't let go for a while, and I'm just going to put mine out there because that's how I remember when I used to ask myself this about masturbation. It was maybe a couple years ago. I used to ask, does this still serve me? And you know what I used to get, Gary? You still with me, Gary, or did I lose you?
I'm listening.
Like 2 years ago, I used to ask myself this, does this still serve me? And it was like, you bet it, yes. And I didn't know at the time why. I'm going to keep it 100. I didn't know why it did, but it did. And that's why it kept happening. It served me for whatever reason. You know, I ain't going to get all, X-rated on here. It still served me. So I held on to it. Didn't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to kick it back to you.
I just want to I don't want to take up too much time, but I like to always give some takeaways that people can actually use. And the thing is, the greatest thing is, you are with yourself 24/7. So you got all day to work on this. Tomorrow, next day, you're with yourself 24/7. And I would highly recommend the self-evaluation is to take a sheet of paper, right? There's many things you can think of, things that you like about yourself and the things you don't like about yourself. Just write it down so you can see where you are. First, you have to love yourself unconditionally without judgment. And it's real simple. You just tell yourself each and every day. Continue to tell yourself when you're around people, because we have all these thoughts, but you can hone in and tune in on the thoughts that you want anytime you want. It just takes practice. Again, everything's a choice, just like the other caller said, it's things about choices, but you're with yourself 24/7. So once you get off of this podcast, you can go ahead and start doing it. So first is self-evaluation. First, you want to love yourself unconditionally without judgment. And that takes usually 30 days of continually doing it. My disclaimer is, if you take a day off, you're just going to be off maybe a day, 2 days, a couple weeks. It's all upon you. But it is the self-talk. It's the self-affirmations. And it's creating, as you said, the habitual pattern of doing it, feeling it. And then it goes to the feeling, like we always talk about the heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Because our greatest inventory is our thoughts and our feelings. And once you start putting applying, the doing to it, oh wow, it's almost ready for manifestation. And so I'm just like you. It's not about good or bad. It's about your experiences. Either you're learning or you're growing. Everything's about life lessons.
That's right.
Period. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So I like to keep it simple. I always like to give some takeaways because you're with yourself 24/7. And in the near future, I know we're going to be doing a lot of different things. So definitely stay tuned. But I appreciate you, bro. Love you, and appreciate this platform because it definitely begins the time. People are taking the time to come in, listen. And it's taking that same time with yourself. It is loving yourself unconditionally without judgment. It's always definitely making sure that you are investing in yourself, whether it's time or money. Invest in yourself. Pay yourself first.
All right.
So I appreciate you, bro.
All right. Peace of love, Gabe. Peace of love. Man, I couldn't have said that one better than that. I thank Brother Gary for jumping on the platform. A lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. And I really enjoyed Conscious Chatter today. It's 2:08. I'm going to let you guys go. I thank everyone for jumping on our amazing chat. Just give some more shots out before I go. The Immortal Consciousness, thanks for being here. Green Shits, thanks for being here. Bright Minded, thank you for being here. Antonio, thanks for being here. There's so many. Sun Child for Life, peace and love to you. Thank you for all of the hearts. Marcus Jackson, thanks for being here. Psych Zen, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm conscious. Now what? See you guys on the next live stream. Peace and love, Soul Group.